What is up, y'all? Y'all, your girl have been running like crazy all day. It's a hurricane coming. I live in Florida and I live in the Tampa area, so like it's supposed to hit us directly. So I've been running crazy. Everybody done bought up all the gas. Everybody done bought up water, knowing they don't drink no water. So, your girl been running, I've been running in circles. But I'm kind of happy that the hurricane's coming because stuff was getting a little too boring. I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those girls, I like chaos. And then, I be like, God, come on, tear it up, so these people know you coming back for real. Because they playing with your name. But no, for real, y'all. So if you can't already tell by the title, today's video is going to be a story time about the time my bus driver kidnapped me. So in order for this story time to make a sense, I got to kind of give you a background story. So back when I was in high school, I'm not going to lie, I kind of was like one of those girls, I stayed in trouble. So from 8th grade, from 12th grade, I got kicked out every year. So this particular, this takes place I was probably like in the 10th grade. I was like 16. So I had just started off at a new school because the last school I was going to, I got into a situation where I brought mates to school and because these girls was trying to jump me. And they went and told on me, got me kicked out of school. And then the school board basically was like, well, you can pick another school that you want to go to and we'll provide transportation. So this new school that I was going to, this is where this takes place. At the new school, I'm riding another bus. So at this new school, let me kind of explain the bus situation. So it was my school that I was going to, which was like one high school with 3 schools and one. And then it was another school that was on there. And it was kind of like one of those schools that it's middle school and high school. And if you like failed a grade, you would go to this school to kind of catch up. So yeah, remember that. So I'm riding a bus with all these different characters and stuff. It's like 32 kids on the bus, whatever. And at this point, I kind of like really stayed to myself because I had got jumped my 9th grade year. I had gotten in so many fights and stuff like that. So I kind of had in my mind, like, I ain't really trying to make friends. So the school that I was going to, it was in a whole nother city from which we lived. Everybody that rode that bus, we lived in a particular city, and then we would drive like 20, 30 minutes away to get to the city where our school was. So it would be long rides. And, you eventually just be talking, whatever, chatting it up on the bus. So one particular afternoon, I'm on the bus. I couldn't even tell y'all what I was talking about, but I was just talking. Next thing you know, it's a girl. Now, this girl, we got to give her a name. We got to give this girl a name. We're going to call her Carla. So Carla was one of those girls that was kind of like a bully. She was a Spanish girl. She was kind of bully. She was bigger. So, she automatically was, not going to say like bigger people are bullies, but she was one. So she had a little clique. There was bullies or whatever. So I'm talking, whatever. Everybody on the bus talking. This girl says, she turns around, y'all need to shut up. Y'all talking too much. And who, baby, who is you talking to, baby? Who is you talking to? So I started laughing because, who is you talking to? Like, baby, I don't got to shut up. So me and the girl, we end up getting into it. She turns around to me and said, well, who you talking to? I was like, I'm talking to you. So we start arguing, whatever, but she ended up saying something in Spanish, and that was the end of that conversation because, baby, I don't know what you're saying. I don't speak that. So, that was the end of the conversation. Well, but I'm still like kind of like boom, 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 boom. Because by this time I got PTSD. I done got jumped many times. I got into many fights. So like I be on go. I was on go. But that was the end of it. Once I get to my bus stop, her bus stop was after mine. Once I get to my bus stop, I get off the bus. This girl goes to stick her hand out the window. She kept saying, oh, B, ain't nobody scared of you, this and that, ain't nobody scared of you, da da da, just going off, going off. And everybody like got their head sticking out the windows like, oh, hyping up. You know how kids is. So I told her, you have that same energy when I get on the bus tomorrow, because it's up. Like Cardi B said, it's up. Y'all, so the next day, I went to sleep that night. I'm like, I'm gonna beat this girl up. up. Because, I'm at a new school. And, now, like, it's like, how when you go to jail, they give you advice when you go to jail, beat the biggest person up to show everybody else not to mess with you. Yeah, that's what it was. So, I was there, I'm like Kevin Hart, hyping myself up in the mirror that night. I'm prepping myself. I'm ready. So the next morning comes. I purposely dressed for the fight because I already know, like, I'm fighting this girl. Like, I'm, like, going to whoop her. Like, I'm going to beat her up. Period. And I already knew what was up with my bus driver because my bus driver, okay, I got to give a bus driver, we just going to call her bus driver, whatever. We just going to call her bus driver. Bus driver was one of those cool bus drivers. Like, she used to let people skip school and stay on the bus with her. She used to hold people drugs for them. Like, she was one of those. And my bus driver was only, like, 24 years old at the time. So she was fairly young. I'm 25. And the mind that I got now, like, back then, you would hear 24 and think it's so old. But it's not really that old. Like, you still got a young mind frame sometimes, most of the time. So keep that in mind about my bus driver. So I gets on the bus the next day, baby. I'm ready. I got my sweatpants on. I got my dingy little shirt on. Got my tennis shoes. I'm ready. And my hair, I think, back then I used to silk press my hair a lot. So I think, like, maybe I had it in braids or something like that. I don't know. I think I did have my hair in braids that day. So I get on bus like, what's up? I'm ready for war. What's up? Where she at? Where she at? I walking down the hallway. I don't see her. Oh, where's Carla? Where's Carla? Like, where's Carla at? And it was like, oh, she ain't gonna be to school today this morning because she had to go to court because her and her friends done jumped some girl. So they all had to go to court. Figures, of course she gotta go to court because she done jumped somebody else. Because I told you, like, her and her friends, they was bullies. So they said, oh, well, she's gonna be here this afternoon. So I said, okay. It's gonna be up. But at this point, now I can't back down because everybody know I'm looking for her. I know they're gonna go to the girl because she goes to a whole nother school, but some of the people that go to her school brought that bus. So I know they're gonna tell her, like, oh, she was looking for you type stuff. So it's really up now. So y'all, that afternoon they picked my school up first. So I decided to sit in the first seat right behind my bus driver. Yeah, just looking for the fight. Like, girl, why is you looking like sit down somewhere? Like, sit down somewhere. So I sat right behind my bus driver. Now, my bus driver, like I said, she was with so she already kind of knew what was going on. So once the girl, she pick up that second school, I'm just waiting, watching everybody get on the bus. Just get on the bus. Like, where this girl at? Where's the girl at? Soon as she get on the bus, y'all, I rise up. I rise up. So I stand in front of her. I was like, no, what's up? I post up, like, what's up? What was said? Like, what you said? Y'all, this girl pushed me in my seat. She pushed me in the seat, like, pushed me like I planked it and she missed the crabs or something. This girl, like, pushed me in my seat and she kept it moving, like, So I'm like, did she just push me in my seat? So, I'm ashamed at this time because I'm like, dang, this girl, like, really not scared of me. Like, at this point, I was kind of used to people being scared of me. I'm like, this girl not scared of me. Like, what's going on? So, I sat there and I thought about it for a while. Like, okay, now you really got to beat this girl up because she just sized you in front of everybody. Like, she just sized you. So I walked my little happy self back there to where she was sitting at. And I sat on her seat. So, we having a little heart-to-heart. I said, so you just put your hands on me. She was like, yeah, I don't got time for that. She was like, I don't got no problem with you, but it's whatever. I said, oh, yeah, say less. So this why I could kind of say that I was wrong at. I walked back to the front of the bus. Y'all, why did my bus driver... I go to my bus driver. I said, hey, I want to fight this girl back here. Now, my bus driver did not like this girl because they always used to call the school board on her and tell the school board all kind of lies. Well, it wasn't lies. I mean, some of it was true. Like I told you, my bus driver was kind of ratchet and like, come on now, girl. Somebody got to be the adult here. So, yeah, they used to be calling, the school board on her. So she didn't like them. So she was like, oh, you finna fight her? You finna fight Carla? I was like, yeah. So she's like, okay, I'm finna go ahead and pull over the bus. Now, remind you, there was a city in between the city where our school was and then the city where we lived at. So we stopped in the city between. Now, remind you, the city where we went to school at was where the courthouse was. So it's always a lot of police officers in that particular area. So as soon as she stopped the bus, and you know how they got the little thing that opened the door, she did like that. She pulled one of those. She opened the door. So everybody running towards the door trying to get out the bus. I'm like literally right here at the door. And as soon as we get to the door, she closed the door. And she get on the intercom. She said, oh no, no. It's too many police officers in this area. Y'all can't fight here. We got to find somewhere else for y'all to fight. So my bus driver sits here and thinks, you know what? Y'all can fight at my house. I got a big yard. Y'all can fight at my house. So y'all. Now remind y'all, this is my grown behind bus driver telling us that we could fight at her house. So I'm like, okay. Okay. I guess we could fight at your house, but you know, I had some kind of logic back then, so I'm like, why would you take us to your house? But I'm not gonna look scary, so yeah, what's up? What it do? Let me show her what it do. Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna be scary, so I'm like, let's go ahead and go to your house. It's whatever. It's up at this point. This girl done put her hands on me. It's up. So y'all, for the rest of this ride, remind you, we still in a whole nother city from the city that we lived in. Y'all, this whole ride, my bus driver, I'm sitting directly behind her. She's hyping me up. She like, you better beat her up. You need some Vaseline to put on your face. So she won't scratch your face up. You need some tennis shoes. You need help fighting her. Like, my bus driver, like, really want her to get beat up. She don't like the girl. I'm like, no, I got this. Look, Mike Tyson over here. I got this. It's up with her. Y'all, so once we get to the house, right, remind you, I told you my bus driver, she said she was finna get some Vaseline for me or whatever. So everybody's sitting in the like in a circle in the yard, and she ain't lie. Did she lie though? She had a big yard. That bus driver did not lie. She had a big yard. Excuse me. So everybody's sitting in a circle in the yard. And my bus driver done went inside the house to go get the Vaseline. So I'm just sitting on the porch. Everybody in the circle. The girl sitting in the middle of the circle. So she's like this, posted up, like she finna whoop my ass. You know, like she's finna beat me up. So like really, you know how like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not scary, but at this point, like my adrenaline rushing, my heart pumping. I'm like, I better beat this girl up. All these people out here, like I done talked so much trash, like I better beat this girl up. Like that's what I'm thinking at this point. So my bus driver comes outside and she had baby oil in her hand. She was like, oh, I didn't have any Vaseline, but you can put the baby oil on. So I remember just looking at her like, huh? And I just turned around and I just run up and punched the girl. So we just went at it, like we punching. I remember the girl, she pulled my shirt. When she pulled my shirt, I did one of these try to pull off. And I remember everybody laughing like, ha 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 ha. Like, what's funny? Like, what the fuck is funny? I turned around and just went to beat her up. And I did one of these. I grabbed her hand and slung her to the ground. Oh, baby, when I got her to that ground, it was over. I went to doing her dirty. I'm smashing dirt in her face. I'm dragging her, picking her back up, hitting her against the grill, trying to get a baby back to hit her. And, you know, it's one of those gruesome fights. Nobody's breaking it up. Everybody's standing around laughing. Even at one point, I hear my bus driver cackling. She laughing so loud. You know, it was one of those fights. So once we get, because it's a long fight. Once we get to the ending of the fight, well, I get tired. I think I try to grab one of, you know, those little baby bats that come with little play toys. I try to hit the girl with the toy, and somebody pulled it out my hand, and I just end up letting her go, and that was it. So we get back on this bus, y'all, and at this point, your girl is T.I. red. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I don't want to fight no more. So she's standing in the middle of the aisle like, Like, girl, doing the most. And I'm sitting in the chair like, oh my God, I hope this girl don't want to fight again. I'm so tired. And everybody in the background talking about, Carla, oh, Carla, she done beat you up, Carla. You gotta redeem yourself. You gotta redeem yourself. You can't let her just beat you up like that. So I'm like, bro, why is y'all pumping this girl up? I don't want to fight no more. Like, I got the deuces. I don't want to fight no more. Y'all, this girl run up on me again. I'm not going to lie. She got with me on that bus. Yeah, she got with me. But I was tired, though. So, you know, I'm not even going to explain that. She beat me up. She beat me up. Like, not beat me up, but she beat me up. And how the fight ended, I remember she was hitting me because she had me over the chair like this. I had her hair, and then her hand, I grabbed her hand like this. So she got my hair, I got her hair with the other hand, and we got each other hands. So we just like, let me go. Let me go. And you let me go. You know, we're doing one of those. Let me go. So we finally let each other go, and that was the end of that. So, y'all, at this point, I'm like, Lord, we done fought to the death. Never, I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to beef with no more. Like, that's it for me. That's it for me. So my bus driver gets on the intercom. She said, oh, that's it? Y'all done? We like, yeah, we done. So my bus driver was like, what happens on the bus stays on the bus. So everybody like, all right. I ain't gonna say nothing. Like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I don't want to get in trouble. And then the other girl's like, oh, I'm on probation. I'm definitely not gonna tell. I'm on probation. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. We know you on probation, troublemaker. So my bus driver drops me off to my grandma's house, which wasn't far from my bus stop. And then my grandma see me looking toward, because baby, I was toward from the floor up here everywhere. Like, I told my grandma what happened. Y'all, so when I get home, like, I'm not gonna lie, my parents were strict. Like, they was not the type to, like, boost me up to fight people and, like, get in trouble and all that. Like, my mom and them didn't play that. My mom was a children's minister, so she definitely didn't play that. So I went home and I told them, I'm like, Mom, I got into a fight today. You got into a fight? You suspended? Oh, no, I'm not suspended. It was at the bus stop. She was like, oh, so you're not suspended? I was like, nah. She was like, oh, well, who won? What kind of question is that? Who won? Yours truly. I wasn't going to tell her about the time, that part, the second part. It don't matter who won the second fight. I won the first fight. So it don't matter. I won. So I told her, do it matter? Like, how could you even ask that? Who won? Who you think won? I won. So yeah, that was like, Mom was like, okay, whatever, stay out of trouble, don't get into no more fights. And I think I told her some stupid stuff like, oh yeah, she was talking about you, Mom. She called my mom ugly. That's why I fight her, you know, just boosting it up. I couldn't even tell you, like, what was the fight about? It was so stupid. So y'all, that afternoon I had went to sleep. So I slept all the way up until 12 o'clock that night. Y'all, next thing you know, all I hear is on the door. And I jumped up on my sleep. And I knew it was for me. I just knew it was for me. Because remind you, at this time, I done told my parents that I got into the fight at my bus stop. I didn't tell them the whole story. So they don't even really know, like, what's going on right now. Y'all, it was a sheriff and a detective at the door. So they said, it's Miss McNeil here. All I hear is, Imani! And my mama, Imani! So I come in the front room, I sit down. Now at this point, I'm toe up from the floor. You know how at the fight, you sore. So these people talking to me in my head like this. Like, I can't even hold my head up. My head falling, y'all, like falling. So, Miss McNeil, did you get into a fight today? Yeah, a little cat fight. Oh, where did this fight take place at? At my bus stop. Oh, so it was in that bus driver's house? No. Oh, so this video ended at your bus driver house? Oh, now that you say that, it's coming back to me. I think it was at my bus driver's house. Y'all, they pulled out every angle it was of this fight. Remind you, it was 32 kids on this bus. Everybody recording. They interviewed every last kid before they came to my house. I guess this is what happened. The girl went home and told her mom. She told her mom the real story. I guess her mom wasn't strict like mine. She told her mom the real story, and her mom called the police. So yeah. So then the man ends up telling us both of y'all are getting charged with battery, and they went and locked my bus driver up. So my bus driver ends up getting 32 counts of kidnapping. Yes, kidnapping. 32 counts of contributed to the delinquency of a minor. 32 counts of child endangerment. Plus, there was a sex offender that lived at her house, which I did not know. And she took 32 kids there to where a sex offender was. So, yeah, she got in trouble. So, my mom's like, I'm thinking my mom finna whoop my ass at this point. Mom said, oh, we need to get a lawyer. We need to get a lawyer. So y'all, the lawyer comes and he tell us, you need to go ahead and get a CAT scan. You got to go see a therapist, all this extra stuff. So the next day I had just left the hospital from getting a CAT scan, getting a checkup. Y'all, while I'm in the room, then, you know, at this point, I'm just trying to be quiet. I'm not trying to say too much because, you know, I don't, like, my parents ain't whooped me yet. At this point, I don't know if they're really mad. All I hear is the news says, bus driver stages fight.
Breaking right now, a local bus driver is arrested for what she allegedly wanted the kids to do.
And the woman is accused of stopping her school bus at her house and encouraging two students to fight.
West 2's Stephanie Kolb joining us live right now. And Stephanie, the fight was actually captured on camera.
Yeah, Martha, the video, pretty incredible. The Polk County Sheriff's Office just released it to us. Take a look. That's a 13-year-old girl and a 16-year-old girl fighting on the bus driver's front lawn. Deputies say the girls started verbally arguing on the bus, so the bus driver said, quote, this is going to be handled today. They need to fight. So 29-year-old bus driver Patrice Sanders drove all 32 students to her house. They got off the bus and the two students fought until exhaustion, according to deputies. At one point in the video, you can even see Sanders in the background of the video jumping up and down during the fight. The Polk County Sheriff today had some choice words for Sanders.
Come on, girl. What are you thinking? How in the world could you allow and promote and encourage children to fight? And you're their bus driver, and you're responsible for them.
Y'all, I think I'm running to the front room. I think I'm running. Y'all, they had this fight on the news. They had the video of the fight on the news. Good Morning America at that. Yes, they had the fight on the news. So I'm like looking like, yeah, I was some ass on the news. Yeah. But nah, that wasn't what it was. They had our faces blanked out. But let me tell y'all what this story gets embarrassing. Y'all, I was 16 at the time. Mind you, I didn't know the girl from McKenna Paint. And she was bigger than me. Why do they say 13-year-old and 16-year-old got into a fight? She's 13. Y'all, yes. A freaking 13-year-old. So, y'all, I'm ashamed. I ain't gonna lie, I was so ashamed. I was so ashamed. Thank God they had our faces blanked out. You know, everybody had the video or whatever. But I didn't get suspended for this. So when I go back to school, everybody like, dang, I thought they kicked you out of school, girl. You got in a fight, girl. What's up? I heard about you. So I'm like, dang, how the freak y'all know? Like, how y'all know what happened? Like, how y'all know what happened? But, you know, I guess everybody had took the fight back to school. So when I came out of school, they tried to call me to the office and they tried to get me to sign a paper that saying if I got in trouble again at that school, they was going to kick me out. But my lawyer was like, you don't got to sign that. You don't got to sign nothing. So, you know, I didn't sign it. I didn't sign it. They actually didn't kick me out of school for it until the next year, my 11th grade year. And the story progresses because, baby, I got kicked out of school 2 more times after then. But, yeah, pretty much, we didn't end up getting charged with battery neither because we had to sign something saying that we wasn't going to press charges on each other. So they dropped the charges. My bus driver ended up getting sentenced 2 years in prison and she got 4 years of probation. And I actually have seen this lady ever since then. And it's like, she got a little stink little attitude every time she see me. Like, I'm the one placed her in there. Baby girl, you was the adult. You should have thought like an adult. At my big age of 25, I would never. You should have thought like an adult. So, yeah, that's pretty much to wrap up the story time. I love telling y'all this story. And if y'all like my story times, subscribe to my channel and like, and thank y'all for watching.